So who do you think is responsible?
Everybody. So the story of the Cutters, man. When I first came into semi-pro in 2011, I looked up a couple teams that were doing big things, and I seen that the Cutters were a team that kept popping up year after year after year. And after my first 2 years in Muncie, Indiana, on a first-year team, the Muncie Revolution, me and my best friend TJ Swain, we decided to go to Indianapolis and go play with players that were better and that could get us better. And at age 21, 22, we believed we were ready for that challenge. So, long story short, we ended up going to the Cutters because they had the pieces. They had the defense. They had the O-line. They had a quarterback that was regarded as one of the best quarterbacks in the state ever. And if you've never heard of him, Robbie Cologne, ladies and gentlemen. This man was a monster. I watched Robbie Cologne run a 4.2 twice in person. In person, I watched him. One of the greatest quarterbacks I've ever played with. Me and TJ decided to go there to join them, add to the O-line, add to their backfield, and win a championship. And 2 weeks before the season started, he decided to move states and do bigger things with his life. So yeah, that's Robbie Cologne. So my point I'm getting at is the Cutters were regarded as one of the best teams. Every time the Crusaders, when I played with Crusaders, we played the Cutters. It was a good game. You always knew that the Cutters would bring something to the table. So I guess just expectations kind of ran my mind for a while. I expected them to always be top dogs, and then when it didn't happen, it kind of was just frustrating, you know? It's frustrating when that happens. But yeah, me and my friend TJ Swain went down there and we tried to handle business, you know, and it just didn't work out like we thought it was going to. Me and him ended up winning Offensive Player of the Year and Lineman of the Year the same year down there, our first year in Bloomington, man. And it was a good time. I respect the Cutters for that. I respect the owners and the coaches and the players for all that opportunity that I got back then. But ever since then, man, it's been downhill. Ever since Robbie Cologne left, I can say that myself, being on the team two out of the 3 years after Robbie Cologne was gone, the years I experienced were great. As you know, I won Offensive Player of the Year my first year, and then the second year I took it off because I had a daughter. So I wanted to be there, be around them more. So I just kind of dabbled with the team a little bit, taking pictures and whatnot. I'll definitely put some pictures on here for you guys. So it's just it. And then my third year playing, I played more of a running back role, and I didn't get very much time, didn't get very much playing time. Me and Coach Anderson, we just didn't click. So I'm not sure what was going on. I kind of felt like he had something towards me. I'm not sure why. I really don't know. I tried to make as many practices as I could. Everybody knows that. If you were my teammate, you know that. If you were my teammate 10 years ago, you know that. I try to make practices and I try to do good while I'm there and motivate people while I'm there. I try to keep that negative shit out of here. So I'm just trying to help the team, you know. But for me, man, like, I think it starts with coaching. The coach that put me in the position to succeed was Coach Sauter. I respect him. He realized we didn't have much, so we ended up putting me at QB and doing the thing. But then when Anderson was there, he actually reached out to me a year I didn't play and tried to get me to come back and play. I let him know that I couldn't do that. I needed to stay with my family, you know, and handle that kind of business. So that's just what stuff I needed to do at the moment. So who's to blame? Man, who's to blame for the downfall of the Cutters? To be honest, you have to go with ownership. Ownership, and then I'll give players the other percentage of it, because they have some vets on that team that shouldn't be letting this happen. These 5-5 seasons, 4-6 seasons, the no good, the trash. I spoke to the offensive coordinator last year for the Cutters, and he gave me some pretty good information. I'm still getting some more information in on it, but they're just sorry, man. Like, they're sorry, and they gotta get winning back in their system. They gotta realize they're a winning organization. Regardless of who you have down there, you're a winner. That's how I came into the Cutters. I had this scheme of we were the best, like, regardless of who we got. So, like, the year I played, I feel like 2016, 17, 18, we actually competed with teams in Indiana, and now the Cutters are next to last, you know? Like, what do you do about that, you know? What do you say? Everyone keeps saying, like, giving them excuses, but for me it's deep because I play with the teams I play with that team, you know? So it's hard for me. And I play with like 6 or 7 different teams in Indiana. So for them to not be able to come up with something to get back on the winning side of things is disturbing, you know? Like, Cutters should always be top 5, in my belief. You know, top 4, top 5, they should be there. Easy. There's 7 to 8 teams in the state, man. Like, Cutters should be up there. That's what I've always believed. I know my friend Mario has believed that. So I don't know. We just gotta keep believing in them. You know, that's really all I got for that. But yeah, I don't know much about 2013, the championship year, but I do know that they were it. They got it done. They handled their business, and that's all anyone could ask for, you know. They're a team to always be reckoned with, and I feel like that if no one holds them accountable, they're just gonna keep sinking. Because if you've noticed, since 2013, they've been sinking. No one has said that they're going up. Years ago, right after Cologne left, we kind of went down and we're going up a little bit, and now we're right here again. We're going back down. You guys see the trend. I'm not the only one seeing this trend, so we're not going to act like that. We're not at all. We all see this trend. Stop looking away from this. Hold people accountable, okay? When's the last time your organization was on a 3-game losing streak, Crusaders? Not acceptable. NATO's were about to be. They finished it. They handled it. Shockers folded. Assassins haven't won a game. Like, you don't want to be on that side. You guys got 2 wins. The Cutters have 2 wins as I speak right now on the season. 1 win is because of a forfeit. I'm not sure who else you guys played, but you guys have no credible wins. None. I hold the coach responsible. I hold the owners responsible. They need to get someone in there in a group of grown men that can relate with the young gentlemen and make this work. Being a dictator and saying this my way or the highway does not work anymore. That's not what this is about. You have to learn your players. You have to know what they're thinking, what they think about it, who they think they can get it done. If you don't do that, you're going to be a loser. This is what it is. You're going to be a loser. Like, I made this the holiday weekend so people realize my passion runs deep with the Cutters, man. More than any other team in Indiana, it's the Cutters. You know? My first year playing with them, Offensive Player of the Year. When I came back, Coach Anderson did not want to start me in a playoff game, didn't want to play me in a playoff game. It was muddy. We needed me. We needed the tough yards. But no. Me and my guy, Avery Thompson, are sitting on the sideline. Meanwhile, someone else is in the game, and someone else is in the game when we could have been used. It runs deep, man. Like, we watched a lot of good Indy players or Indiana players go onto the Cutters and not get their chance. And it's about time someone says something about it. A lot of players have. There's a lot of Indianapolis players that did not get the chance with the Cutters that should have. You tell us why. They weren't good enough. I call BS. I play with these players. I just can't believe it. I really can't. Yeah. I just think if we don't say anything now and stop the downfall, it's going to go downhill. Why are we here if we can't help nobody? Why? I don't understand. Inside Indiana was created to expose everything. Get inside, and some people aren't liking that. But just stick to what you're doing, okay? I'm glad I got a chance to talk more about the Cutters and what I believe. I believe there's good times coming ahead, but I don't believe that's going to happen until the organization really looks themselves in the face and makes them realize what's going on. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. They need to get handled. I wish the best for them. I really do. I'll continue to write articles and support and do videos. Some people may think I'm bashing, but if I'm not talking about the Cutters, who will? Okay. I believe in them, and I know they believe too. I know some players believe, but I do know some players are leaving after the 2022 season. I wish the best for the Cutters. This is Tyler with Inside Indiana. I'm out. Everybody.